Hello guys, how are you today? Well, that is great. I hope you're having an awesome day, and I hope that, life is treating you well. Well, first couple things I want to discuss today is my experience in it being black, gay, and atheist. And you might wonder why those three things are descriptions of who I am, but they're all tied together in a sense because my growth has been pretty much connected to all three: my pretty much religion, my culture, and my sexuality. So I want to discuss some of those things because I know a lot of people, especially in the black community, has been black. Number one, you're raised in a cultural background of religion, of just the black culture in itself have not really accepted the LGBT community as a whole because they already had a struggle fighting for equal rights as being black, and then the gay community started their struggle as well in their fight for equality. So two movements going at the same time, and I'm so happy to be born into both of those movements. So let's talk about that. Excuse me. Okay, so some of the things that I noticed that in the black community that are real strong. Number one, they're going to be real religious. The majority of black African Americans in America today are very, very religious. So you'll see that it's hard to separate the two because even though you're black, a lot of times your church is like the cornerstone for your community, and that your pastor or your religion or whether you're Muslim or Christian, it really don't matter. Those two entities basically control your way of thinking, your community. So if you're black, you're already thinking, hey, I gotta be aggressive, I gotta be this, I gotta be that. It's things that make you feel like you have to live up to because of society's expectations of who you're supposed to be according to how you identify. And then with being gay, society believes that most gay men are weak, scary, timid, but that's not the case, So I had to grow up going through those different changes in my life, trying to find out who I am as a black person, as a black man, as a black gay man at that. I grew up in a real religious background, real religious church. My grandparents pastor church here in Texas, and I grew up playing the organ at the church. And even though I am gay, I keep a masculine persona. So a lot of people didn't know, but it was still something eating me up inside because I couldn't be who I was. And that's messed up that you can be in an environment where you cannot be who you are and be free to be who you are. But anyway, I grew up in real religious, so I remember growing up, my mom told me, oh God, don't be gay because God punished gay people with HIV and AIDS, and it's against God's will, and God wants you to have a wife, and God created male and female. So these are things that were constantly spoken to me, and constant warnings of losing God's love, and which this whole journey will explain why I became an atheist in the first place, because I've seen in the black community how religion is so important to our community to the point where they will rather choose white Jesus over their own children. I've seen, as a matter of fact, it's a large proportion of young black gay males and women who have been kicked out of their homes from their parents because it's against God. Not because their parents can't love them in spite of their sexuality, because kicking them out is not going to change them. but they do it. So they end up getting messed over, and or they make a choice to live DL lives, in which I can't understand how a lot of women are upset with DL men when you created that particular market, that particular group of men, because they can't be themselves. Religion helped create that as well. Culture helped create that, because in our culture, being gay is considered being weak, being perverted, being creepy, just being odd. It's standing out. You hear it in rap music, you know. You hear it in just talking in the barbershop. And it's just awkward for them to understand how two men can actually love each other and still maintain masculinity, or just not even just masculinity, just still maintain just being a represented as a normal person in the world. So just that pressure alone keeps men, especially those who are masculine homosexuals, they think that, well, all homosexuals are represented by feminism, which is nothing wrong with feminism, but they think that that's what homosexuality is, demasculating a male. That's not true. It's so many spectrums in the gay community, not just one spectrum, and they just like there's different types of black people. Everybody is not hood. Everybody's not athletic prone. Everybody can't sing. Everybody can't dance. Everybody don't have rhythm. Those are stereotypes, and when we live by those societal stereotypes, then yeah, we get that type of stuff. We create these different negative reactions to society rules. Okay, you push men into becoming DL. They feel a certain way. They can't explain it. They can't go to their dad to talk about that. Hey, Dad, I think I like this boy at school. I'm feeling this way about this boy. He's my homeboy, but I'm feeling a little bit more. You can't go to your parents to talk about stuff like that. You know, you can't go to your parents and say, hey, you know, it's prom time coming. I really don't feel a female like that, you know, but I really want to ask my friend, my this guy I'm interested in to go with. So instead of doing that, we'll put innocent women in the middle of the game, basically, because you have an attraction for one thing, but then so you're not going to be accepted in society. So then you play these games, you get married, you have kids, you bring children into those relationships, you bring innocent women to those relationships, and that's not really what you want, and then next thing you know, somebody's hurt, somebody's sick, anything. It's just because we're creating these restrictions on men, especially with men. Women can be as masculine as they want to be, and they can be as feminine as they want to be, and still be considered a woman. Still can be respected as a woman, as a human being. Men, we don't have that choice, especially in the black culture. We don't have that choice. You gotta be thug, you gotta be hood, you gotta be able to fight, you gotta be able to play basketball, football good, or it's never okay to be seen crying. It's never okay to hurt or be sensitive or to want to hug or have those moments where you don't have to feel like you're pressured to be this person that they want you to be. And it's so hard living a life being something that you're not. It drives you crazy. It really does. It drive me crazy. So with me personally, in my life, I had an attraction for women because I was told that's the way you're supposed to be. And plus, I was trying to be the best Christian I wanted to be. And Christianity really held me in a lot of those roots of me living the lie. It really pressured me to live those lies, because with Christianity, it was like, well, is something wrong with you personally? And all my life, I thought, well, maybe it's something wrong with me. And the secret I got, I don't want nobody to know, but it just keeps like seeping out. The older I got, the more hard it was for me to hide it. To not. I didn't want to just queen out or nothing. Like when I say hide it, I got tired of playing let's date girls when I really know I didn't want to date a girl. You know what I'm saying? And I would attract women. I would attract women all the time, but that's not who I want to be with. Comfortably, women will be friends, and I'll be good friends with girls. But I didn't really want a relationship. I ended up having a son, getting married, all under pressure of Christianity, because I felt like I want to please God. I wanted to be that person. I was raised in a real restrictive home where it was very religious, and everything was centered. We couldn't listen to R&B. We couldn't go to parties. None of that, because everything was about God. And my whole life, it was always about pleasing God, doing what God wants. He's always watching. He's always doing this. He's always doing this. But then, like, it didn't add up to me. So here I am, as a teenager, struggling on how to be a black guy, accepted black guy in the black community, how to keep my sexuality under control, till I figured out, 'cause I couldn't talk to nobody. I didn't know. Everything I learned in life was trial and error. And so many young men that are going through that, trial and error. It's a lot easier to come out these days than it was from when I came out, because literally I thought I was the only gay person in the world for a long time. For a long time, I thought I was the only one, but now I know it's so many. I know better. So I didn't have nobody to share that with, so I just went on with the status quo. And that kind of pressure, again, it ruins lives. It makes you make hasty decisions, make you make decisions that you normally wouldn't make. And it's sad that in America that you're living in the land of the free, but yet you're not free to be yourself. I mean, true, just think about it. What is the only reason why you would hate a homosexual? What would be the only reason why you wouldn't like someone who's gay? Especially if you know your sexuality, if you know you're straight or whatever, why would you hate that person? Do you think it would get on you? You think the demons will crawl out of them and get into you? Is it contagious? Like it's ignorant to sit here and discriminate against somebody who's gay, trans, whatever. It's ignorant, because if that person is living their life, they're taking care of themselves. It's not costing you anything. Then why would it be a problem? The only way that somebody's sexuality could be a problem for you is if it's a religious problem, because religion would not allow you to accept that person because they're going against your belief. So without religion, you take religion out the equation, which is what I did, and I realized that I really don't have no beef with nobody that I don't know, or they don't live the same lifestyle as me, because I don't have a reason to hate on them or dislike them. I don't have a religion, so I don't have to beat nobody up across the head saying, oh, well, you're going to hell because you're living that, you're doing that. No, I don't believe in heaven and hell, so then, therefore, I just eliminated the consequences of somebody living their life in peace. Because I can't prove there's a heaven and hell. You can't prove there's a heaven and hell. You can't prove there's a God. You can say you feel him. You can say he's there. You can say that all that. You don't know that. You can't prove it. You can't. There's nothing solid that you can bring back to say that there's God. Nothing physical you can do that. If you can, please bring me back a piece of his robe. Anything. Miracles. Yeah, all those things. You can relate those experiences to saying that, oh yeah, they had to be in God to do that because nobody else could do that but God. You can say that, but that's not proof that there is a God. But anyway, I'm gonna let you guys go ahead and just check out the video. We can talk about this a little more. This is part 1 of this conversation. Just comment, subscribe, like, share, do whatever. I want to get this topic going. I want to see if there's any more black atheists, any more gay black men out here who been in the same experience I've been in. And if so, sure, comment down below and let me know what you think. I'll be back with part 2 later on tonight.